Hi Scorpio, welcome to March 2016. In March, you're digging the good vibrations. That's because the action is in true love, romance, creative self-expression, risk-taking, self-confidence, love affairs, speculation, joy, fun, play. There's a total solar eclipse in this area for you. Eclipses are major beginnings or completions. So for those of you that are single, this could be opening the door to new relationship for you. For those of you already coupled, this could be about making changes to your relationship so that you have more romance and fun and joy together. Now, this is the only total solar eclipse this year in Pisces, and it's also a supermoon, which means it's closest to the Earth and direct alignment with the Sun and the Earth at the time of the eclipse. There's going to be 2 more supermoons following this one, and that'll be the Aries new moon on April 7th, and then the Taurus new moon on May 6th. For you, this pours positive energy into your planets in Scorpio. So it's very beneficial for Scorpios. It's a wonderful energy for you. The Sun and the Moon are coupled in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. Mercury entered Pisces on the 5th. Venus will enter Pisces on the 12th. So this is a very strong energy happening in such a wonderful area of life, a fun area of life, joyful, playful, and romantic. So enjoy this energy. Now, Jupiter is in the opposite side because Jupiter is in Virgo. Now, Virgo sextiles you, and Jupiter is opposing this eclipse, and Saturn is T-squaring it. And so Saturn, is in the area of what you love and value, your talents, gifts, and abilities. And Mars is there too. So Mars went into Sagittarius on the 5th, and he'll stay in Sagittarius until May 28th, and then he backs into Scorpio because he retrogrades April 17th through June 29th. And Mars is your co-ruler. He was the original ruler before we discovered Pluto. And so he plays a big role in your life. And now Mars is in that area of money, resources, and, when Mars is there with Saturn, it is about looking at how you're using your resources to achieve what you want, okay? And so with Saturn T-squaring the solar eclipse, this is important about looking at how you're going about whatever you want. How are you going about it? How are you using your money? How are you using your resources to achieve what you want? This is really important that you look at how you're using your money, how you're using your resources, so that you are demonstrating your greatest creative self-expression, so that you're demonstrating your creativity, your using your gifts in a way that achieves what you want. And so, this is, the Saturn there is the grounding to all of this Pisces, watery, spiritual, creative energy. And of course, balance is always the key, but it is about looking at, is what's getting in the way of what you want. Saturn will limit our money if we place too much value on it. Of course, we live in a world that does. But, is if you're too attached to stuff or you're too attached to money at the expense of your own soul, then that's when you start to see, you're making less money, or you don't have as much material as you'd like. So it's about soul growth, soul development, inner values. And that's really what we can control, right? We can't control what goes on in the economies, but we can control our own inner values. What do you love and value? What's really important to you? You're going to have an opportunity to look at this as long as Saturn is in Sagittarius until December 2017. Now Mars is in there. Mars can, the more you hustle, the more you can make with Mars. But he can also bring an unexpected expense that you didn't plan on. And so you always want to have, savings so that you are prepared for what can go wrong, because things can always change that we didn't plan on. An unexpected expense can come up. Doesn't mean you won't have the money for it, because you can certainly have it. And if you're working hard, you make more money with Mars in this area of earned income. So the more you hustle, the more you earn. And so you want to take a look at that. And, you're in a strong time, okay? Because when you cycle through Pisces, Pisces is a sister sign. It pours positive energy into your planets in Scorpio. So you could be feeling really good at this eclipse, and it could be a new start for you in a creative way, in a way of using your gifts to increase your income, to increase your net worth, to increase your inner and outer resources, your self-worth, your self-respect, your self-appreciation. And that's what it's all about. Now, the sun enters Aries on March 20th, and you have happy spring in the northern hemisphere, happy fall in the southern hemisphere. It's also International Astrology Day on March 20th. In Western astrology, we start the year when the sun enters Aries. That's our first day of the year, and it happens to be spring in the northern hemisphere. Yippee! And Mercury enters Aries on the 21st, and then there is a penumbral Libra lunar eclipse on March 23rd, so it's not a total eclipse, and that brings the action for you behind the scenes. So as the planets move into Aries, it's about looking at your work habits, your health habits, your lifestyle. And with the Libra being 12 signs from you, that brings it to behind the scenes. And, that's where you want to finish unfinished business. Really, hold off that inner critic. When that inner critic gets going, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen ignore the unpleasantness coming from the peanut gallery. Okay, because you have a lot going for you this month. There's a lot of good energy here for you. It's a really strong time. And even when the sun moves on to Aries, and we have the full moon in Libra on the 23rd, Neptune's still in Pisces, Venus is in Pisces, Chiron is in Pisces. So there's still a lot of energy in that area of true love and romance, creative self-expression, creativity. So there's still a very heavy Pisces influence even through the end of March, which favors Scorpio, which empowers you, which lifts you up, inspires you. And it is about using your creativity this month. Really use your creative power, your creative energy to create what you want. The sun will couple with Mercury on the 23rd. Pay attention to important insights that come to you that day, as well as on the 8th and the 9th. This is a really important time for you to pay attention to what's coming to you through the universe. What is the universe saying to you? And we have to be listening to hear that. Saturn will retrograde on the 25th. He will move direct on August 13th. So when he retrogrades on the 25th, here's an opportunity to go back over how you're using your resources. How are you using those resources to achieve what you want, to receive what you want? How are you using those resources? Now, Venus will oppose Jupiter and square Saturn on the 25th. It is kind of around on the 23rd. It's going on, but it goes exact on the 25th. there are no challenging aspects to the Libra lunar eclipse. Mars is sextile the moon and trine the sun, which is very good. But Venus is Libra's ruling planet, and so she is going to have to confront Saturn on the 25th. And that is about, maybe for some of you, you're spending too much on a love relationship, right? That are you doing all the work in a relationship? What are you receiving, right? And so you want to be looking at that because Saturn's going to point it out to you on the 25th. Like, are you doing all the work in the relationship? Are you doing all the pursuing? Are you getting your needs met in this dynamic? And it doesn't necessarily have to be just, romantic. It can be a work relationship. It can be your children, right? Where your children are not, or a child is not pulling their weight, and you're really, having to address it on the 25th. So it's, things like that are brought to our attention so that we can make changes and do what's appropriate. Do what is right for you. Do not let a child take advantage of you or anybody, push you around, because we can be madly in love with our children. We can be madly in love with our child or anybody, but we don't want to let that love that we have for someone, that big love that we have, let them walk on us or run over our boundaries or, disrespect us in any way. So you will have an opportunity at the Libra lunar eclipse, and certainly by the end of March 25th onward, to really look at, am I getting the respect that I need? Because Saturn is in that area, and Mars is there now too, of self-respect. And you're going to be really acutely sensitive to who's respecting me, who's appreciating me, and who's not. Go where the love is. Go where the love is. We have to teach people how to treat us. So you don't want to reward bad behavior. So if a child is not respecting you or appreciating you, or a lover or a friend, you don't take them to dinner and buy them a wardrobe. You know what I mean? You just don't reward don't reward if you're not feeling the love and the appreciation. Don't shower it with all kinds of gratitude. Okay, so we have to teach people how to treat us, and you want to set your boundaries. You want to raise your standards so that you are receiving the love and it's balanced. You're not just giving out all this love and not getting anything back, or giving out tons of love and getting this much back. Okay, so you want to look at that as to how the love is working for you. And, the greatest love is self-love. Without you, what do we have? Right? And so this is a wonderful month for you. For those of you looking for love, it's on. And this could be the start of an amazing love affair. It could be the start of something so good for you and wonderful and romantic and passionate and playful, and just lights you up. For those of you already coupled, this can be, where the relationship gets an injection of passion. Nothing wrong with that. Where the relationship gets a whole new level of romance, and maybe you're doing something together, something creative. As a couple, you're creatively working on a project together. You're creatively starting a business together, or a website, or some sort of project or product or service, and it's really exciting. This is a really good month for Scorpios. And for the money, you've got Jupiter in your money house. Okay, Jupiter is in the area of the money you make from the business you own, or the money you make from the company you work for, and he's there until he moves into Libra. And so he is about expansion wherever he is. And he is expanding this Piscean energy. And so it is about big love. And you can also be, making more money this year. Your money can be going up with what you're doing. And, as long as you're taking care of yourself and you've got your values, core values in place, and now Mars is in that area now in Sagittarius, and so it is important to pay attention to the money going out and the money coming in. What are your expenses? What's coming up, and make sure you have enough in reserves so that you are feeling strong. But the more you hustle, the more you're going to earn too this month. The more you hustle, the more you attract abundance, the more money coming in. Spiritually, I really see it going on in the area of your soul, like connecting to your inner child, connecting to your soul self, loving on you, taking good care of you, and letting that creative energy blossom. When it gets to the Libra moon, the lunar full moon, is you'll have an opportunity to work behind the scenes, finish unfinished business. That's when you want to really watch that inner critic and keep it in check, keep it on a short leash, and finish any unfinished business that you have around the 23rd, the 25th, and you're in a good place though this month. You'll also have an opportunity to look at your health at that point too, because Aries rules that area of health for you. How are you taking care of yourself? I'll talk more about that next month. It really is about loving you, joy, play, having fun this month, celebrating yourself, celebrating life, celebrating all the good things that are happening for you, focusing on that goodness, focusing on that joy, having fun, creative self-expression, allowing yourself to just, grow and be creative and have fun with it and let that love in. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my podcast, Scorpio. You're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. And thank you to all of you that have been following me for a long time. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. You go to my astrology page, you purchase a session, upon checkout, you get a link to my schedule, and we're working together. Or if you're interested in coaching, you got a new product, a new project, new business idea, relationship, it's very easy. You go to my coaching page, you purchase a session, upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're coaching you. So until next time, Scorpio, keep digging those good vibrations. They're on the way for you.